Oh, what's this? It's an instrument. Let's do this video. So I own a lot of weird instruments. Just hit my step goal. I like to think of myself as being somewhat of a connoisseur. When I got a message in my inbox asking if I had any drone flutes, I was intrigued. So when he said that he'd send me a couple of these no strings attached, I figured, yeah, why not? And this isn't being sent by some huge company. These instruments were created by just an instrument nerd. This guy's basically a mad scientist. He completely invented these things from scratch and he 3D printed them himself. So, in this package contain not one, but two instruments that I have never seen before. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull these things out one at a time. I'm gonna try them. I'm actually gonna compare these to the other flutes that I have here today, and we're just gonna see how they sound. So, without further ado, let's tear this thing open. So I'm not just gonna tear into it like I usually do. I'm gonna do it careful. I want to protect the sticker that I feel like I'm already breaking. So here's the first one. Ooh, it's like pink or something. Ooh, I don't even need to open it, it's already a maraca. Like I said, this guy just creates these things 3D printing style, and one of these 3D printed things he actually has free on his site. So if you have a 3D printer, which sadly I don't, you can actually just jump onto his site and print one of these instruments for yourself. I don't know which one, but it's free, so what the heck, go check it out. Oh, this is cool. Now, this is what we're looking like here. This is not the instrument. I mean, it's the instrument, but if I were to like blow into it, I don't even know if it'll make sound. We'll see. Okay, we'll make sound. We're doing it. So this shows how much research I've done on this. I didn't actually know if I had to blow into the hole or blow across of the hole, but you have to blow across it. Oh, it opens up. So, oh, I've like spoiled it already. So these are like protective caps, very pretty protective caps too. Woo. Now, I believe there is a technique to this, and it is a flick and a turn. It is a Wingardium Leviosa. That was legit. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I'm gonna do it again. I'm not even gonna play it yet. I'm just gonna do this because it was really fun. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. Practice my stick twirling. Wow, I have no idea how to play this thing. Maybe you do just blow into it. You do just blow into it. Ha 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 ha. Here I thought I was being smart. Let's see what happens if I blow across it now though. Okay, so if you blow across it, I believe you're actually just playing this little hole, which is kind of a unique thing. So like if I want to get real fancy. So good news to you who cannot play a flute, you do not actually need to blow across it. You just blow into it, and you do that. Now, the instrument professionals among us will hear that this is actually playing two pitches. One of the pitches is coming from this side, and one of the pitches is coming from this side. Now, this one has a bunch of holes in it, right here, and I believe you're going to just play it kind of like a flute. I think, because there's this little hole is kind of like covered still. I did not flick it enough to get it all the way out, so I'm just gonna like give it a little tugger here. Should I just go for it? Ooh, gotta find my finger holes again. Ooh, it's a nice little octave. So I don't know what key we're in at all. This is sweet, man. I don't think there's any like special fingerings to it. I think it's just like +1, -1. So I can kind of just like throw my pinky over here. Ah, get over there. I'm really bad at this. I want to see if I'm like moving these affects my sound at all. So like this is all the way in. So now I don't have the drone anymore. Let's see if I can just play the non-drone flute here. So you can. It sounds a little deader. Now, let's see. There is a hole on the drone. I'm curious what happens if you cover the hole. I think I changed the pitch. I can subtract a side here. We'll see if that, now I can actually hear the difference. So the drone side, you can cover, probably no need. Get out. Get out of there. This thing's so cool. Did I mention how pretty it is? Like, look how pretty it is. Oh, it's like shiny. So I turn my light and it kind of catches it. And then I can like twirl it like a baton. Here's my lowest pitch. Ooh, my octave sounds much better now. Yeah, so I really can't get this note on, which would be like the typical G. I don't really know what note I'm actually playing here. So I can't really get that note. So everything below that, I can just overblow. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pitches? Yeah, 10 pitches. Now you can also half hole if I want to get a flat or sharp. I'm not really great at pulling that off. If I can get some cool like things here. Really bad at finding these holes. I need to practice. I need to practice. You know, I basically just got another instrument that's like a sword. You know what's also cool about this? Since it's so tiny, I can just put the little cappers back on here. Now, I got a marker again. Like and subscribe to the video. And the other cool thing is I can just do this and be like, oh, my instrument, no big deal. I've just got it right here in my pocket. There you go. This is the telescopic drone flute. Now, before we check out the other one, let's run down quick here what our competition is for today, right? So here's like a little flute. This is something you could probably get, I don't know where I got it. Here's the next one. And here's another one. This thing is like about as old as time, probably. It's got like a weird wooden thing on the end. So this one is like a traditional Native American flute, and it's very pretty. And this one I got at a zoo, I don't remember when. And the last of the weird litter that I've got sitting around, you got like a little Irish whistle. So do you know what none of these instruments do have? And that is a drone. So just to give a little bit of an explainer of what a drone is, it's when you can play an instrument and one pitch stays constant the entire time. It's like a pedal tone. On top of that, you are allowed to play something else. So you can think like bagpipes. Give me a second, and I'll figure this bad boy out. This? Yes, sir. But if you'll notice, on my bagpipes, the drone doesn't actually work. Now, to give another example of what a drone is, with another cool instrument that I own, is a halusi. So if I were to play one pitch here, you'll notice I'm getting 2 pitches. I've got one pipe here, that is the drone, and then the other pipe, the main guy, is the actual pitches that I'm going to be playing with my fingers. So that's the halusi, and that is what a drone does. Now let's get to the other one. So pulling out my bag here. Shaka! Okay, so it's got a little fingering chart here. So as you can see, we're looking at a little thing here, and they got a little fingering chart on the back. That's cool. All right, so this one is nice enough to tell me what key it's in. So if you look here, it says it is in D major, and then it says Teletunes, which is the brand name that this guy has done for his flutes. That's what the front's looking like. You've got your, you reach across with your left hand, and then your right hand goes over to here, and then you just blow into it. So let's just give it a little blow here. Hey, if you wanted a train whistle. Whew, very high pitched. I am probably gonna wake my kids up today. So now we can try to actually get some pitches out of this thing. I wonder what happens if I cover the drone hole. So I covered the actual pitches hole, and so I'm just playing the drone, and you can actually adjust the pitch of the drone just by changing the air. So if you want to play a higher note, you can just blow a little faster, and you can take the pitch up, which is cool. Okay? It's something that I cannot do on any of those other instruments. So the other instruments are totally static. So this one gives you a little bit of give. Now, let's try it with all the fingers closed here. So we'll see what our bottom note sounds like. I believe it is a unison between both instruments. So that is the drone note. That's a D. Here's an interesting thing that I have found out about this little guy. If you wanted to play an octave to get like a low D and a high D, you could usually do that by overblowing this, but if you overblow this, you're also overblowing the drone. So when you overblow the drone, it does the same pitch. Actually blowing into two separate holes here. So if I wanted to get real fancy and try to play octaves, I need to blow faster through one hole than in the other hole. I'm gonna try that. Which I can kind of do. So like, as you can see, like this is a 3D printed little guy. It looks really cool. When this guy was designing it, he took his little 3D printings and he would put them into some program where he like tested the pitches out as he played them to try to get them as centered in on the key that he could. The stuff that this guy went through just to make these instruments sound like they're actually in a key is pretty insane. Let's see if I can just like get a little ditty on this guy without, zero practice. I keep lifting. So I have to lift up backwards to get some of the other pitches. So I have to go boom, 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 which makes a lot of sense, but then I have to go boom, 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 because as you see, it wraps around. So like, I have to take all of my saxophone and clarinet and knowledge, just like throw it in out of the window basically, because I have to lift up the pointer finger first. Whew, that'll get a little bit used to. I've never seen anything like this. I've never heard of anything like this. I've heard of like drone instruments, but not like ones you could fit in your breast pocket and just walk around with you. Like, look at this little thing. That's really cool. So comparing these two guys together, this guy is like quite a bit larger because of the footprint, between the two. You're kind of looking at this for the size differences. As far as the playing goes, I think I prefer the telescopic one because it can be played a little bit more like a flute can. So I can just kind of, and I can just lift my fingers up like clarinet fingering style or recorder style, which means I think it's a little bit easier to play. Now, I will say, to this thing's defense, it's got quite a bit more range to it. So I can play from here. So if you have a song that needs a lot more range, this is probably gonna be your guy. I can't get quite as many notes on this one, but this thing in particular is like just the coolest little implement in the world. Honestly, this thing playing music at all is just like a cool bonus for the fact that like, I could do this. That's so fun. It's so satisfying. And it also makes for a fantastic pointer as I thank my patron of the arts for supporting this channel. And I'd like to thank you guys for sticking with me till the end. I'll put a link down in the description to the Inventor's YouTube so you can actually check it out. There is no financial incentive for me sending you to his shop. I just think that it's really cool to support an independent inventor of musical instruments. And once again, if you want to support me, go down and hit that like and subscribe. You'll also find a plethora of other ways that you can support me by going down and looking in my description. There also may be a new link where you can go down and check out the merch store. So, thank you, Mari, for sending these my way. My next video should hopefully not be too long from now. I am planning on doing a tenor saxophone review. Until then, go check out one of my other reviews if you have not seen it yet. And yeah, stay mad.